for Echo Force to use today, 000webhost.com tutorial. I'm going to be doing a rundown of the file manager. Although there are two file managers, the main one we're going to be focusing on is, if I can find where file manager's gone, is the one here. There is another file manager, but most of the features I'm going to cover on the normal file manager, the one most of us use. Will work in the other one, but it's a different layout. So when it comes to file manager, I recommend using the one my mouse is currently on at the moment, which is so much better. So obviously for this tutorial you don't really need to log in, you can just watch what I do. When you've logged into your account, gone to the domain you want and scroll down to file manager, the first thing you'll get is this sort of bug. As you can see here, it's asking me to put in my username, which is already there, and the FTP password, which will probably be the same as your account password login, but you can change it and make it different. What you want to put in here is whatever that password is, but as you can see, I'm not going to put this in. Just going to close this off and then open it up again, and what it will do, for some sort of system bug, it'll log you in. What this file manager is actually based off of is net2ftp.com. It's their downloadable version of this. Obviously this one here has a different layout and it is a newer version. So you can actually download this and run this on your own server, and it comes down to it, you can actually upload files via this, which I will cover in another video. So for today, what we got here, once you've opened up your file manager, you can see we've got powered by 000webhost.com, the name of your thing here, the refresh, which is broken, it will log you out, don't bother, and then a logout button, but you can just close the tab and do the same thing. So here we have a couple of the features. First thing, when it comes to uploading, you must upload files inside the public_HTML folder. Do not upload things outside of it. As you can see here, it says do not upload files. Do not upload here. You don't need to do anything in this area. Just go into this. Also, don't delete the public_HTML folder. If you need to reload your account, or clean out your account, there is a function for that. So once you go into here, this is where you can start actually doing things with your account, and you have a large number of options already for you at the moment. One is create a new subfolder, or a new folder, which they call a dir here, so a subdirectory, like you can see the ones here for this Joomla install. The next option is you can create a new file. This has a basic editing suite, I suppose you could say, which allows you to create all sorts of types of files, from text to HTML to PHP. It doesn't have a sort of editor. There is no fancy features like you'd find in a full-on blown desktop editor like Notepad++. You just have your file name and your code base. Obviously you don't really need to use this file editing. I wouldn't recommend it unless you need to change something quickly. So you can create files here obviously, but that's about it, and obviously save them and back to the previous page. So back on here again we have some more options. We have the upload button, which I'll get to in a minute. We have Java upload, which doesn't work, or never seems to work for me, even though I have Java set up and everything set up right. So I wouldn't use that, just use the normal upload, and if for some reason that doesn't work, just come back later. There's a high chance the Java upload won't work properly. Over here we have transfer select types. There are more of these available at the net2ftp.com, but for this, 000webhost.com have removed these functions because you probably don't need them. We have move, so you can move files and directories around your site. You have delete, rename, and this function here, which you only need you probably don't need to ever use it, so just sort of leave that one alone. Mainly you want to focus on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 functions you have over there. Down here we have a list of, obviously we have a function to be able to select it, file, the name, the type, the size, which is in bytes. Unfortunately it doesn't round up to kilobytes or megabytes or anything, it'll be in bytes I believe. Don't quote me on that. We have the owner, which is your username. Group, again, will be your username. Permissions, which is, well, that, I'm not quite sure on the permissions. Then we have mod date, which is modified date, and then actions, which I'll get to in a second. So from here, with the all, you can just select a folder. Obviously, this is an old Joomla install, which I've done things in the past, which is actually broken. So you can just click there, and you have the option to, over here we can move it. What this will do is give you the ability to move it around. The nice thing here is you can move it to a different FTP server by putting in the host name there, the username and the password. And also what we want to do, let's say we want to move this into another folder. So we can, optionally you can do it here, but if you have a full list of folders and files you want to move to a different place, the same one, you can click here, this will load up this little list of all your places, and you can select where you want to move it to. Just double click, or double click in the folder. We're just going to go into here, we're going to click choose. This will do it up here. Then you want to click set all target directories. This will change all of them on all of them you've got, obviously leaving that blank because you don't want to move it to a different server, and you can just click OK. What this will now do is will move whatever you've selected over to that place, depending on the size of the file, which is folder, which is stupid on my part because I've chosen a rather large folder. This could take ages. Obviously you can cancel it, but there's probably no need. And once you've done this, this has been moved, obviously then you can use the other functions. This actually I'm just going to bail out of it, just to make, so what you'll see actually, let's tell you what, let's close that, and let's open this up again. Sorry, I chose a rather large directory, which is probably not my biggest move. The problem with Joomla in itself is it's actually huge, so I've now killed this up. This is the one problem. So once you can't speak in again, so we'll go back into the public_HTML file. This is the problem with doing videos, of course, because things go wrong. We're going to actually tell you what we're going to do. Let's find a file. It'll work the same. So we have this Joomla.thing here, this file here. So you can go move again. We're just going to move that. Let's move this into that admin folder. So just click, and we're not going to add it in this folder. Just click choose there. Set all target directories. Changes it again. Just click and click the tick, which is submit. There is a shortcut key which only works on certain browsers. So you can go back, as you can tell there, it's told you it moved. So we can go back, and now the other thing we have is when it comes to deleting things, let's just delete the files here. So moving along, we can just go delete, and this will work the same. Obviously, it'll give you what you selected to delete, and you can cancel it out, or click OK, and you click OK. And then it will tell you that if you've deleted a lot of things, you have a long list of things it has deleted. So go back, which again for some reason is being a bit slow, which isn't really helpful for videos. The next function you have is rename, which works for folders and directories. So here we're just going to rename this temp, well not rename it, just show you the fact. Click rename, obviously select it on the left, click rename, you have old name, new name, and so we're just going to put temp 2 just to completely break the Joomla install. As you can see here, rename directories and files. Temp has been selected as temp 2, so it's been renamed. Go back again, and then obviously we have that other function that I don't recommend touching. So I've shown you delete and move and all the things over there. So over here again we have that new directory function, which is pretty simple, easy to use. Just click it. Then it gives you a choice of you can make up to 5 in one go. You just put in the name basically. There's obviously certain things you can't have in it. Special characters for one. Most special characters aren't allowed. You can have underscores and hyphens, things like that. Sorry, I couldn't remember what they were called for a second. And obviously once you put the name in, you click the tick, and it works. You don't have to fill out all the boxes, just leave which ones you don't want to add blank, and they won't be added. The next one, again, like I showed you before, new file, we put in what you want in there, and the file name up there, very simply. Now let's get back out of that. And the next one along is upload, which is probably the main feature while we're using the file manager. For this you have 2 choices when you come to upload, and some restrictions. First let's cover the restrictions. Any file you upload using their file manager is limited to a size of 5 megabytes, which is something I need to come back in a minute. So if you try and upload a file that is bigger, it just won't work. It will cancel out on you and tell you. From here you have two choices, and also if you're uploading long files, it will just time out after a while anyway, because it has upload time limit set. So on this things here, you can choose from here. You can change where you want to upload it again with this choose function, which I'm not going to do. You have your obviously this will display slightly differently in different browsers, but you have choose. You can choose your file. Let's just go this background color here I'm using for one of my websites, and you can obviously add another, but it'll automatically add one anyway. And you can keep selecting files. But from over here, once you've done that or uploaded it that way, you obviously have to you can only upload files and then archives. You can't do it both at the same time, it won't work. So you have to upload your files like that. And when you're uploading, over here we have what I said is archives. And you have a number of choices of different archives you can upload. The ones, so you can do the zips, the tars, the TGZs, and the ZGs. And there are some other ones you can also use as well. One you can't use is the 7-zip format. That won't work because that's set for 7-zip, so that's 7Z. Don't try and upload them, it won't work and it won't recognize it, so it won't export it out. So what you need to do here is you choose your file. Let's just choose one actually I have on my desktop. We have a zip. Here we are, we have a zip for the Google API PHP client. So we're going to go open that in there, and you can see it's put it in. What you just do is go tick, and this will obviously down here is uploading it. It's uploaded. And once it's uploaded, it will tell you checking file. Actually, sorry, it does work. It used to not work. You couldn't upload files and archives at the same time. Apparently now you can. I'm sorry for that piece of misinformation. So you can see here it's checked file is okay, so it's been uploaded, or it's been checked. The file Google has been, just by the whole name, is okay, and transferring files to an FTP server is okay, and it's been transferred to FTP using the set protocol. And obviously, proceeding archive, it's got the archive name, creating directory. Now, for this point, it'll extract it, creating file, it says where it's creating file directory, etc. It's this long list of things. So once you've done that, basically that's all of the features from here. Again, you can delete things, rename, and so on. Most of these things will work in the other file manager. Let's just exit out of this one. The other file manager, the first thing you will notice is it has basically a completely different layout. It's got this sort of Windows XP style layout, if you sort of remember what Windows XP looks like. Here you don't need to switch, you can log off, you can go up the thing, and you can hit here. So what you can do from this is, whoops, it's actually gone in again. You can go to a directory, create a directory, upload a file. From this, as far as I understand it, you cannot create files, you can download them, you can't create files, you can only sort of upload them. There's nothing much you can do, there's no creation on this file manager, so that's where the other one comes in. From this you can go to directories, create directories, upload files, change permissions, rename, download, which you also can do with the other one, but it's a bit hidden. Create file, oh, we can create file, I was unaware. Oh no, delete file, sorry. And that's about it with that one, so there isn't much to it. The upload file is very simple again. You tick that if it's compressed, just about it. You can only upload one at a time, so there isn't much to that one. But the other one, which I forgot to mention, is that it does actually have a download function. So let's go back into our underscore file. If you click, only on files of course, but if you click, whoops, go down, if you click here, what you'll see is it'll open up this save function. For some reason its default name and file will be .php, even if it's not a .php file, which that wasn't. That was just a dispute thing. So you can change, obviously I would recommend changing that and then putting in what it was actually called, so it will save it as that, and then obviously you can change the file name. So that's how to download stuff. Guys, this was a quick, well, pretty long overview of how to use the file managers in 000webhost.com. Remember to check out the rest of the videos on the left with the playlist, and also last week's video. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you around.